training that we do, there's a lot of importance in the organization for training. And training is not something that get to do at the beginning in the academy and that's the end of it. No, there is so much of training that happens through the life cycle of a person in the organization. That you get to train much after even 2 decades, 3 decades of service, you still put through multiple training programs. So it is training in peace and constant working with the equipment and other things which fine tunes the skills of the soldiers, that he is able to deliver what he is able to do. The soldier is always having a sense of responsibility about him, and even when he is in public, there is a certain manner in which he is expected to conduct himself. So that's possibly the reason why you say that a soldier is never off duty. So even when he is on leave, it's almost that he is on duty, and his conduct has got to be immaculate and above board, irrespective of the fact that he could very well be on leave also. Now, the qualities that we typically kind of infuse in the soldier, which is true for officers as well, is first is the esprit de corps, wherein you are expecting him to have camaraderie and brotherhood amongst his fellow team members, and a spirit of selfless sacrifice, wherein it is kind of ingrained into them as well as us that Naam, Namak and Nishan, you live for the honor of the country and also for the flag of the regiment to which you belong to. Fearlessness, that is valor, is kind of inbuilt, but that also comes from his confidence in, and his ability in handling the equipment and the kind of training that he's been subjected to. One very interesting thing about our organization is the non-discrimination. There is no caste, creed or religion, and all of us will stand under the same roof and pray, irrespective of what religion, caste or creed we may belong to. Fairness and honesty is another thing. Discipline and integrity, fidelity, honor, courage. These are all some things which kind of is instilled in him time and again, that it becomes kind of second nature. Now, when it comes to officers, there is a bit of a transition, is that it is taught to us. We have something what is called as the Chetwood motto, wherein we say that that the safety, honor and the welfare of your country comes first, always and every time. And the honor, welfare and comfort of the men that you command comes next. And your own ease, comfort and safety comes last, always and every time. So this is something which is instilled into every officer of the Indian Army. And that is something we are all expected to live by. I would put please. Integrity, dependability and forthrightness, because everything is all about being honest in life and Absolutely. Being forthright. See, discipline is a given. I mean, there is a certain discipline which you're always supposed to maintain. Discipline, decorum is a given. So I don't want to put discipline. Absolutely. But integrity in everything that you do.
Integrity, yes.
Yes. Dependability, that you should, because you're a leader of people, so you're expected to be dependable. And forthrightness in being able to tell your opinion, irrespective of whether it is going to be liked by the other people or not. There are gallantry awards, and then there are these distinguished awards. When it comes to gallantry, there is gallantry in the face of enemy and gallantry not in the face of enemy. When it is gallantry in the face of enemy, you have this gradability of Paramveer Chakra, Mahavir Chakra, Veer Chakra, then thereafter you have the, when it comes to the not in the face of enemy, you have the Ashok Chakra, Shaurya Chakra,
Ashok Chakra. Okay.
Ashok Chakra is the highest for the gallantry not in the face of enemy. Then you come to distinguished awards, you have the Param Vishisht Seva Medal, Uttam Youth Seva Medal, then Ati Vishisht Seva Medal, Youth Seva Medal, Sena Medal, and then Vishisht Seva Medal. So that is the gradability of the distinguished awards. That's given for distinguished service.